Lagonda M45 T8 Tourer 1934. Lagonda cars have always upheld a reputation for effortless fast touring and the pride of ownership which fine detail work and distinguished coach building can give. The 4-liter model retains these characteristics, but scores considerably over its forebears by its high power-to-weight ratio. The chassis is no bigger than the 3-liter car, and there is no suggestion of clumsiness, heavy steering or the other drawbacks which often accompany the large-engined car. Motorsport, January 1934. Taking their name from the Shawnee settlement of Lagonda in Ohio, the birthplace of their founder Wilbur Gunn, it is fair to say that these British sports cars have a unique link to America. Gunn had started out building motorcycles in the garden of his house in Staines with some success, including winning the 1905 London to Edinburgh trial. Having established its reputation, Lagonda concentrated mainly on the production of light cars before reverting to sporting and luxury models in the mid-1920s with the introduction of the 1460. This 4-cylinder, 2.0-liter model was joined in 1929 by the first of Lagonda's own 6s, the 3-liter, but by the mid-1930s the Meadows-engined cars were seen as the way forward. Introduced at the 1933 Olympia show and based on the preceding ZM 3-liter model, the M45 deployed Meadows 4-liter, twin-plug 6 to good effect, saloons being capable of reaching 90 miles per hour and Tourers a ton under favorable conditions. A short run on one of the first of the 4-liter Lagonda models, with an open 4-seater body, left a vivid impression not only of brilliant acceleration and sheer performance, but of a car delightfully silent and easy running in a way that can be achieved to the fullest extent only by a big engine machine working well inside its limits, reported the Autocar in 1933. As the foregoing contemporary quote clearly demonstrates, these exceptionally handsome big-engined Lagondas created a considerable impression when new, and here we offer a fine example of this elegant and very British post-vintage thoroughbred. Factory records for this particular car still survive, and for that reason we know much of its pre-war history. Car number Z11105, was supplied through long-time motorcar agents William Watson and Company of Liverpool on August 18, 1934 and delivered wearing touring bodywork built to the T8 factory design of 2, passenger and driver doors only format. A highly detailed specification notes that 11105 was painted in Belka battleship grey, with black fenders with flared mudguards, the interior being trimmed in grey Silistra and the black top, and black wire wheels completing the tone set. Other noted features were that the bodywork had a cutaway driver's door, a spare wheel was mounted to the near side, and the trunklet strengthened to carry luggage, something that has later been updated for the spare, as is seen today. It is also recorded that the dashboard was to be special polished wood with no cubby hole. The original receiver of the 4-liter Lagonda was E. Stacey of 30 Exchange Street East, Liverpool, who certainly owned the car for much of the ensuing 1930s period as the records chart maintenance and some repair work carried out through 1934-37. An updated note beside the engine number record said within this period that the car received the engine number M45/262, which suggests that this was a factory replacement unit, although it does not confirm why, or a specific date for this change. For the road, it was registered with the local British registration, license plate LV 9903, which the car still sports physically today. Within the next 30 years of the car's life, it migrated to these shores and was acquired by the current owner's family in 1967. By that time, its sedate color scheme had been refinished in the colors seen today, a light gold with red trim work. A fortuitous moment that joins the dots of those prior 3 decades, when the owners were approached by a gentleman who asked a few questions about the car, and then proceeded to pull out an old British registration document showing that the Lagonda LV 9903 had indeed once been registered to him. It turned out that he was an ex-serviceman, who had been stationed in the UK during the war and had purchased the car as a daily driver, owning it up to 1949, before returning home. Well into the 1970s the Lagonda was used with some regularity, proving to be an eminently usable and enjoyable mount, after which it remained static. In recent times and preparation for the auction, the car has been checked over, and made to run, but given its lengthy slumber, if it is to be used as is, then the sensible precaution of a thorough check over would be advised. Viewed today, the golden Lagonda has aged sympathetically but is substantially original in its detail. Features such as the original side screens remain stowed behind the rear seats and even a period tool roll is present. Its shapely swept tail bodywork with cut-down doors is particularly appealing, and as evidenced from contemporary reports, they can provide a very usable car that has good physical stature roads as well as comfortably being able to keep up with modern road speeds.